Hi guys, today I'm gonna be explaining the 8th chapter of Robinson Crusoe by Daniel Defoe, The First Sound of a Man's Voice. So in the in the last chapter we wrapped it up after saying that he spotted 9 savages with his spyglass and he thought the wisest thing to do was to wait until they have gone so that they will never kill him and he would continue living on the island and they will never know about him. But he changed his mind just as they got in their canoes and rowed away. He thought that he should go and explore where the cannibals had the feast. So he went there on the shore and he found bones and blood and some flesh of human bodies laid on the ground. When I read that, it was so gross. So then he thinks, no, now when they come again to this island, when they set foot on this island, I will kill him. He swore it. So then he thought that whenever they came back, he will kill them. But he waited and waited for like 1 or 2.5 years. But no savages came. So he thought this was it. But no. On a morning, in his 25th year on the island, he spotted some smoke. And he spotted some canoes. There were exactly 5 canoes on the shore. And then he thought there could be 20 or 30 men or something. And just before he made that discovery of those savages coming again on that island, he has a dream like every night about that he wants to hear a man's voice, even if it's a savage's. He thought that a prisoner would escape from the savages when they're about to have a feast, and then he would come to Robinson and be with him forever. He would be like his friend. So that's what he thought. Then his dream became so real that when the savages came, let's see what happens. So he spotted some canoes, 5 canoes, and he thought 20 or 30 men. How is he gonna rescue a savage or a prisoner actually from like 20-30 men? But the first question was, are there any prisoners? He saw 20-30 men, savages, dancing across a fire, and they were cooking some meat, but he wasn't sure what was the meat of. I mean, it could be any animals, it could be any prisoners. So that's when he saw 2 prisoners were being to the island in a canoe, and some men were handling them. They were captured actually, and that's when he thought, I can rescue them and they will be my friends forever. I can teach them English, I think, he thought. So that's when they took the first prisoner and chopped him to pieces, then cooked his meat and ate him. So that left only 1 prisoner alone, left to wait until his turn came. He was so afraid by seeing the other prisoner, like chopped by that. He was so afraid. He just got up and he just started running. He got out of the handle of the men who were handling them. So then he began to ran, and Robinson went out of his fortress. I mean, actually, he was on a hill. He went down the hill, went around some trees, and then he was near some trees because he thought he could see the prisoner running and then give a signal to him, and then he could save him, rescue him from the prisoners, and they could live together. Then the prisoner ran, and he spotted that there were only 3 savages coming out of 30. Out of 30 savages, only 3 were following him. So, and then he spotted some water. I think it was a pond or some river or something maybe. Then he swam across the pond, across the water, and Robinson prayed that the prisoner should have the ability to swim swift, because that's when he could outrun those savages. 2 of 3 knew how to swim, and the other just turned back to where they were partying, where they were having a feast in a similar way. But those 2 guys cannot swim faster than the prisoner, so he was pretty well ahead of them when those 2 reached the other end of the end of the water, you can say. And then that's when Robinson saw a prisoner coming like right towards his direction, and he gave him out a signal like this. He waved out his hand, but the prisoner was too afraid to even stop. You know what he did? He just kept on moving, but Robinson tried to stop him, and I think he actually succeeded, but the savage did not come near him. So Robinson always keeps his weapons around with him, and that's when he saw and heard at the same time those 2 savages were chasing him. And he's like, I don't want to fire my gun, otherwise those savages having a feast on the shore would know and come and eat me as well with this savage. So he just knocked the guy off with the gun's end, the butt end. And the second one was setting his arrow on his bow, trying to hit him. And he had no choice now. He fired his gun. It cut the bullet. He was hurt. He died. And the prisoner who was shocked. He was so shocked that how can this man hurt my enemies like from a distance and not by touching them? He was just confused by all the fire and the sound, the fire of the gun, obviously. That's when the person the savage who was knocked down by the gun's end woke up and started coming towards him. But he knocked that guy off too. Somehow he knocked that guy off too. So now the savage was still shocked about the whole firing thing, but he took Robinson's foot and placed it upwards his head, and then he bent down and touched and kissed the ground, and by that he meant to be a slave for Robinson forever. So I think it's like an oath or something. So then, after giving an oath, he pointed at Robinson's sword for like another savage was coming to him. Then he cut that guy's head off. Then he gave the sword back to him by placing it just towards his feet. Robinson picked up the sword, put it back, and then he heard so many men come through the trees that he grabbed the savage and they hid behind a tree. So when they actually hid themselves, after hiding themselves from the savages, Robinson showed his fortress to him. Then he made some arrangements and let the savage sit. Then as soon as he sat, he just fell asleep. So this was our chapter of Robinson Crusoe by Daniel Defoe. The chapter was the 8th chapter and the first sound of a man's voice. Bye.